climate change, global warming, the greenhouse effect. These are all common buzzwords that are used to describe the climate changes planet Earth is facing. There's a lot of confusion among the general public about climate change, the potential effects of climate change, and the certainty of the science. Here are some things that we do know. The Earth is warming at an accelerated pace. Sea level is already rising, and the majority of the world's leading climate scientists believe with 95% certainty that the accelerated global climate change we are seeing is caused by human activities. But what does this mean for you? How will climate change impact Tampa Bay and the people who call this place home? A team at the University of South Florida seeks to bridge the gap between technical climate science and public outreach with a National Science Foundation and Environmental Protection Agency funded grant. One of the goals of the project is to share climate science information with the public in a relevant and visual format. Using climate science, local facts and figures, and input from experts, our team has created 3 different local climate change scenarios that show what climate change might look like in Tampa Bay under a variety of conditions. Our climate change scenarios for Tampa Bay were initially created based off 3 scenarios that were developed by the leading international organization for the assessment of climate change. The leading organization created several scenarios or storylines that describe what climate change might look like throughout the world across a range of impact levels. Our team wanted to take those global scenarios and show what they might look like on the local level here in Tampa Bay. We welcome you on our journey with the Jones family. The Jones family lives in Tampa Bay, and they are wondering how their lives might be impacted by climate change, now and in the future. We will show how the Jones family, like many other families in the Tampa Bay region, might be impacted by climate change under 3 different climate change scenarios. The scenarios are representations of what Tampa Bay might look like based on how our community reacts to climate change and how our world in general prepares for and reacts to climate changes. The 3 scenarios are called the Aries Scenario, the Virgo Scenario, and the Pisces Scenario. Let's look at how the Jones family will be affected by climate change under the Aries Scenario first. The Aries Scenario is characterized by a high level of environmental and social consciousness, both locally and globally. Local environmental organizations are prominent and influential entities within the Tampa Bay community. The Jones family and other residents of Tampa Bay are active in these organizations and help to protect local resources through conservation and educational activities. In the Aries Scenario, the regional population reaches 2.7 million people by mid-century. So, which scenario will we be living in over the course of the next 10, 20, or 50 years? How will Tampa Bay and its citizens respond to the threats of climate change, now and in the future? While it's difficult to predict exactly what future climate patterns might look like in our region, we are able to take available scientific data, local demographic information, and expert opinions and create possible climate futures. The purpose of creating scenarios is not to predict what climate change will look like in the future, but to get us thinking about how climate change might impact us based on credible climate science, expert input, and historic trends. The leading international climate change organization, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, has created similar scenarios that our team used as examples for our local scenario development. The Aries, Virgo, and Pisces scenarios our team has created for Tampa Bay are not climate predictions, but possible futures that show what our region and climate could look like. We are not advocating any of the scenarios, nor are any one of the scenarios shown the most likely to happen in the future. Instead, we hope this video sparks a conversation about the risks and vulnerabilities the Tampa Bay region faces from climate change. The time to prepare for the future is now. Which scenario will you prepare for?